Hi, glad to see you back. Today we're going to participate in IELTS speaking test. The candidate we have got here is a real candidate who is about to sit for our IELTS test in the recent future. We're doing it purposefully, but we are trying to keep it. We'll try to keep it as casual as it possible, because none of us have got any professional level experience. We're just doing it for the purpose of serving the educational purpose, so that it becomes a motivation for others who are trying to start their speaking test. So anyway, let's get started. Hello,
Hi.
this is IELTS speaking test part 1, and I am Eshan. I will be your IELTS speaking test examiner for this session. Let us start with your name. What is your name, please?
Oh, hi, Shan. My full name is Jinat Sterling, but you may call me Jinat.
Okay, Jinat. Let us talk about colors. What is your favorite color?
Well, I don't have any particular favorite, but I have to choose between 2 or 3. I think they would be green, white, and yellow.
Okay. What color would you not like for your room?
For my coloring purpose for a room, I mostly prefer having the light colors or not too dark or vibrant colors. I think the one color that I would like to go for would be white mostly.
Okay, but the question asks you, what color would you not like for your room?
Okay, I'm really sorry. I didn't get the question. The color that I would prefer not to have in my room would be black or any types of the dark combination, as in dark purple or dark red and all those kind of colors that gives you a shadow kind of vibe within your 4 walls.
Okay. Did colors matter to you when you were younger?
Obviously, when I was at my younger age, color was a really beautiful context in my life. Since I loved painting, I used to find colors and vibrant colors or some dull colors in every type of aspect I would go. Whenever I would go for buying some dresses or some shoes, I would always prefer thinking about the color that suits me more. Even when I used to go to my school or college, the stationeries I would buy at that time, I would go for the color I loved most. That would be the yellow.
I'm very much satisfied with the answer.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten lost?
I have to give the answer in affirmative. I got lost several times throughout my life, but the one time that I'd like to mention is at the time of my admission. I got lost at the farm gate. I was really unfamiliar with the roads of Dhaka at that time, so I didn't know where to go, and I just got lost the contact with my aunt and my brothers, and I was just like a lonely bird roaming around the busy city.
Thank you. What would you do if you get lost somewhere without a phone today?
That's a really interesting question. I think what I'd like to do first is go to somewhere that could be a local cyber cafe or something like that, so that at least I could log into my social networking account, whose password and email number that I always remember, and I would just try to contact my friends or my dear ones through that. Even if that option is not available, I would just try to ask for some help from the local people, so that they might give me their phones to have at least one call to my near friend or my family.
Okay. Would you be willing to help someone who got lost?
Absolutely. There's no doubt in that. I've really helped that person who is really lost before me in any situation, because at that situation, the people who got lost or are is not finding their way into their main actual destination, they feel really helpless. And since I have experienced that kind of situation in my life, I know how vulnerable that situation is, and I would help that person in heartbeat, without any doubt.
Thank you very much. This is the end of IELTS speaking test part 1. Now we shall be moving forward to our part 2, which is a cue card. We'll be given a topic to talk about 1 to 2 minutes, but before that, we'll be given 1 minute preparation time.
Okay. 1 minute.
Your topic for today's cue card is describe a piece of advice you recently received. You should say, when this happened, who gave you the advice? What was the advice? And explain how you felt about it. And you need to start now.
Throughout my life, or even I talk about the recent period, I received a lot of advices. But the one I'd like to highlight would be about leaving my job or thinking about my future career. And am I loud in?
Yeah.
Okay. About my future career that I was talking to, and I think that I received just 2 months before, and just a few days before quitting my first job or my previous job. And the advice was given to me by my friend, and she's my best friend, and I'm really close to her. And when I was in a dilemma whether I should quit my job or start preparing for my better opportunities or better career options, she told me one thing that stuck with me till from even now. And that thing is, you don't have to worry about your foods or your career or the money you're going to earn in your life. That is already decided by the Almighty. You just have to go through the process of attaining that. Even the timing is also selected. So you don't have the audacity or the option to go to that place earlier or even go to that place late. All you need to focus on is preparing yourself or getting ready for that time and that opportunity. And that advice was one of the beautiful things that I have heard in the recent time. And I think that piece of word or those sentences is played a really beautiful impact on my mind. And I right now, when I'm preparing for my future goals, I keep that thing on mind, and I just leave behind all those that are bothering me or keeping me giving me anxiety and pressures, and just go forward with this piece of advice that I don't have anything in command over or any control over the future. So all I can do is do a better use of the present time and go for it.
Thank you very much. We're very much done with the part 2. Now we shall be moving to part 3, which is detailed discussion.
Okay.
In this question part, you need to answer the questions a little bit in detail.
Okay.
So, are you ready? Here's the first question for you. Is punctuality important in your country?
Punctuality is a term that is not only important in my country, it's important in every country throughout the world. Since when you do any work in time, even when you go before the time, that gives you a time for preparation or going through all those works that you're going to do in a calm and cool manner. So even the work might get accomplished before the time, before the deadline. So punctuality is a really important thing in my country, and it is in some places strictly maintained.
Do you think being on time is more important now than it was in the past?
Harold, my answer for this question would be quite different. I think I won't like to give you the answer in yes or no. I think punctuality, or what is the question? It was arriving in time.
Do you think being on time?
Okay, being on time. Okay, being on time is never a matter of time, or never a matter of this age or the earlier age. It was important in the earlier time. It is important right now, because if you're not going to be present in an event or in a situation in time, you will not be able to grasp the situation or grasp the ambient immediately, and that would cause a lot of problem, and you are going to get a lack in your confidence if you reach any incident lately. For example, if you reach the examination hall 5 minutes post the real starting time, you are going to get all those anxiety and all this fear of doing bad in the paper. So it is really important to be on time. Even it was back then, yeah, it is right now.
Okay. How do people make sure they are on time for an appointment?
Well, if people want to be on time for an appointment, they must to start earlier. Additionally, they have to keep keep the calculation of their journey time or their preparation time, so they can sum up all those additional times they might need for attending or for being present in any event timely. So first, I think if they have the event at the morning, suppose at 8 p.m., they have to get up at least at 6 p.m. 6 a.m. Sorry, I might have.
It's okay.
Okay. They have to get up at 6 a.m. and do their morning chores and have their breakfast, get ready and be presentable and reach the spot before 10 minutes the required time.
Thank you. Why do you think some people are frequently late?
Oh, that is a really critical question. That depends on their nature. Some people don't give much importance about the time, or they might have the ability to accomplish the work they were given, even if they reach that situation or that spot lately. They might have that ability, but and I think that however, this may give them some problem. Even if they might get in the problem, I think they still haven't got the ultimate problematic situation that they should have faced for getting there lately. So I think that gives them the power or the the audacity to reach any situation lately.
Okay. How can a person balance their daily schedule?
If a person has to balance their daily situation, they must make a plan. Okay, if I have to maintain a daily schedule or do my work in a specific time basis, I have to make a routine or a planning prior to that date, or make a routine for 7 days. So and also I have to maintain those time for each particular work. It cannot go beyond the deadline or the timeline that was appointed for each work. As in, if I have to talk about, I have to finish my lunch from 1 to 2 p.m. I have to finish that work within that time. I cannot delay that work or cross the borderline. In that way, I would have enough time for each work that I have previously calculated or given, and my schedule will be well maintained.
Okay. What is the main reason people run out of time?
Whenever people give more importance to any topic or any subject, even they don't need that kind of attention, or give more emphasis on something that could be handled less smoothly or in a shorter period of time, they face the lack of time in that situation. As in, for instance, if we talk about the examination hall, if you are given 5 questions to answer within 1 hour, you have you have 12 minutes for each answer. So you cannot exceed this time for each answer, this 12-minute period. So if someone gives this much more attention to a particular answer, they will feel the shortage at the end of the examination hall. So I think that causes the problem. So they have to keep in mind that I have to finish this within this time period so that I may get enough time for other works or other questions.
Thank you very much. This is the end of our IELTS speaking test. Now we shall be reviewing the test, but we will start from the candidate's point of view. So what was your point of view regarding this test? What do you feel about it?
The first part was really good. Even the second part was good, but I think I stumbled a little bit in the third part. Uh, I don't know why. The questions were good. I should have given a more good answer. I know even now I can give a good answer, but I think
Those nerves that you get inside whenever you are attending the test, the nerves get there, the situation gets you, and those nervousness, it can really be a little bit trickier for any candidate. But I think that you handled it pretty well. Now let us come to the point where we need to look forward, or where we need to focus more. As you might have known already that in IELTS speaking test, there are 4 sections where you will be judged, or your benchmark will be given on the basis of that 4 points. What are they? The first one is fluency and coherence. 25% of the mark goes there. Then comes the lexical resources. Then comes the grammatical range and accuracy. And finally, the pronunciation. Now let us come to the fluency and coherence part. I think this candidate was very strong in the fluency and coherence part, even though, as she has already said that, in third part or part 3, she was stumbling a little bit. It can happen to anyone, but I think that can be overcome easily through practice. Now, if I come to the lexical resources, where you need to use a wide range of vocabulary, I think she was using a little bit the common vocabularies. She can improve here a lot. She can use some advanced level vocabularies that will increase your band much higher. I mean, what you will getting for this test or this kind of performance, you'll easily increase your band score within enriching your vocabularies. And that goes to the lexical resources. Now come to the grammatical range and accuracy. I think we have had some grammatical errors, but those were very basic, and that can also be overlooked. But some cases, if you really want some good marks, you need to take care of your grammar and at the same time your accuracy. And one more thing to add here, when you were talking about grammatical range, it does not only say that you need to be grammatically correct, it also says that your grammatical range has to be a very good one. How is so, or what is that? We mean that you must know how to use all the 12 tenses, and that's not 8. And at the same time, after using the 12 tenses, you need to know how to use the simple, complex, compound sentences. And also, you need to be very careful about using the active and passive voices. That will increase the chances of getting a good band mark. And finally comes the pronunciation. Pronunciation has got nothing to do with accent. Don't mix it up with the accent and pronunciation. You might not have the native accent. Let's say, for example, you might not have the British accent. You might not have the American accent. But that does not really bother the band score. What you need to do here, you just need to be clear enough. You just need to be effortlessly listened. I mean, if I have to give a lot of effort understanding you, your pronunciation probably is not good enough. But talking about your today's candidate, her pronunciation was very, very good to understand. I think she has got good pronunciation. So overall, I think when you are really taking preparation, you need to take care of your exams. You need to be practicing this mock test, and you need to record those so that you can see and revise where you need to improve. And that's it for today. And I think we have had a fantastic session. Thank you if you have come back for and watched this video, and let us know about your experience as well. So thank you for today, and bye-bye.